Keanu Reeves has earned his stripes as one of cinema's all-time great action heroes, having starred in Point Break and Speed, as well as the Matrix and John Wick trilogies, both of which have fourth installments arriving shortly. We're always on the hunt for quick and easy dinner recipes. Sure, he's tackled almost every genre under the sun during his career, but he's best known for kicking all sorts of ass. One of the more underrated and overlooked efforts in his filmography also happens to be the one film he's ever directed, with Man of Tai Chi flying largely under the radar when it was released in November 2013. It drew solid reviews from critics and fans alike, currently holding a 71% Rotten Tomatoes, but it flopped at the box office. The movie could only muster $5.5 million from theaters on a $25 million budget, which was a real shame. Not only is Reeves a surprisingly accomplished first-time director, but he gives a great performance in a rare villainous role, with top-tier action stars Tiger Chen and Iko Uwais lending support. An old-fashioned actioner that follows a simple tournament-based format where the bad guy tries to rig the game just like the martial arts genre's glory days, Man of Tai Chi deserved to find a much bigger audience than it did. The fewer dishes to clean, the better, which is why one-pot meals really hit the spot. Below, we've rounded up some amazing one-pot meals that come together in a flash, from pasta recipes to stir-fries and soups. Break out your Dutch oven and read on to get the scoop. Homemade Hamburger Helper from the forked spoon. This meal is similar to Hamburger Helper, but way better. Even picky kids will love this delish cross between beef stroganoff and mac and cheese, and since it's made in a single pot, it's nearly as easy as the store-bought version. To get the recipe, click here. Beef stir-fry. You can't go wrong with a lightning-fast stir-fry, and this version from Tablespoon for One is sure to be a crowd-pleaser. Everything cooks together in one pan, and the flavorful soy-based sauce is light but delicious. It's finding one now, though, having cracked Netflix's top 10 most watched list as per Flix Patrol. Click here to get the recipe. Creamy potato soup. When it comes to one-pot meals, soup is a classic, and a kid favorite. This potato soup from Recipes with Rachel starts with bacon, so you know it's going to be a winner. Top it off with cheese and bacon bits for the perfect easy dinner. Click here to get the recipe. Greek Dutch oven roast chicken. Sunday dinner just got even better, thanks to this drool-worthy recipe from the Greek foodie. A whole roast chicken might sound like a daunting project, but it's actually pretty easy to put together. Plus, since there are potatoes at the bottom of the pot to catch all the chicken juices, you don't need to worry about making separate sides. Click here to get all the details. Lebanese lentil soup. This flavorful soup from Darn Good Veggies is hearty but not too heavy, perfect for a cold night. It also happens to be vegan, and is filled with healthy ingredients like lentils, rice and carrots. Click here to get the recipe. Chicken Parmesan pasta. We're always craving chicken Parmesan, but it's a ton of work to make the traditional version with breaded cutlets. That's why we love this recipe from Aaron Lives Whole. You get all those delicious flavors with a fraction of the effort. To get the recipe, click here. Instant Pot. Sloppy Joe's. The Instant Pot is a great addition to your arsenal when it comes to one-pot meals. This recipe from That Zest Life is easy to throw together thanks to the sauté function, but you can also make it on the stovetop. Serve them over baked potatoes or on rolls, or even alone with a veggie side. Click here to get the recipe. Stuffed pepper soup. This simple soup from Real Food with Sarah captures all the flavors of stuffed peppers without the hassle. It's a tomato-based broth with plenty of veggies and ground turkey to fill you up. To grab the recipe, click here. Veggie pasta. One-pot wonder. It makes sense that if you cook pasta in water, you can switch out the water for stock, add chopped tomatoes, onion, garlic and spices, and the pasta will cook just as well with the added bonus of a self-made sauce. That's what the team at Apron Strings discovered with this super simple veggie pasta dish featured in our archives. Garnish with grated cheese and dinner's done. Tomato chicken pasta pot. This pasta pot is comfort food at its best and so easy you'll wonder why you haven't treated the family to it before. Carrie Marsh at Sweet Potato Chronicles makes this dish by gradually adding each ingredient to the pot. Browned chicken first, then herbs, mushrooms, stock, tomatoes, and pasta. No hassle, no mess, perfect for an easy family dinner. Crock pot. Sweet pork. If you don't have a crock pot, this sweet pork recipe from our archives might just be the incentive you need to get one. It comes from Aaron at Our Table for 7 and with 3 simple ingredients in one pot. It works great when you've been raced off your feet and you just want an easy option for dinner. Plus, it makes great leftovers. Serve with salsa and salad and you're done. Mexican chicken and rice. Here's a one-pot crowd pleaser easily made from some pantry staples. The dish from Aaron at Well Plated uses canned black beans, canned diced tomatoes, and brown rice. You'll also need some fresh veggies, but the recipe is super versatile, so use what you have. Skip the jalapeno if that's too much for the little ones, and top with shredded cheese, avocado, salsa and sour cream for a perfect weeknight dinner. Lemony Greek chicken. A dish of braised chicken thighs that takes little effort and includes sautéed onions and potatoes must be one of the best ways to end a long day. The only fiddly bit is flipping the meat when you sear it at the beginning, the rest is easy as pie. The recipe from Boulder Locavore has a Greek twist with feta and olives, but you can always switch out the olives for raisins if you think the kids will prefer a sweeter taste. Black bean enchilada pasta stuffed with goodness. This one-pot dinner from our archives comes together in less than half an hour. The starch from the pasta thickens the sauce and the final addition of grated cheese makes it a thick and delicious veggie pasta stew. A kind of mac and cheese meets veggie chili. The recipe is from Savory Nothings, and a how-to video shows just how easy it is. Serve with lime segments and cilantro. Dressing for dinner. While dressing isn't technically dinner, there are plenty of kids who will only eat the dressing on their plate at Thanksgiving. Why not make a meal of it? This one-pot recipe from Around My Family Table uses gluten-free bread and chicken sausage links, which can be switched out for more mild alternatives. Add celery, herbs and broth and you have a one-pot meal that can step in for an easy dinner or lunch the kids will love. Baked risotto. Risotto doesn't have to mean you are tied to a hot stove while the kids chant about how hungry they are. With baked risotto, you can do 10 minutes of prep and get the same big pot of comforting gooey rice for dinner with less than half the effort. Head over to My Little Larder for this recipe, where you just have to check and stir every 10 to 15 minutes. Open to lots of variations. Just serve with some grated cheese and you've got an easy one-pot family dinner. Quick one-pot beef stew. It's hard to beat a hearty and comforting beef stew, and this dish from Nerdy Mama is a real crowd pleaser. The ground beef is browned with fresh or canned veggies and mixed with tomato sauce for a quick weekday dinner in one pot. Head to Nerdy Mama for the recipe and serve with crackers or cornbread. Emily Myers and Susie Forsman.